Hello everyone. Let us solve the following. A boat has to cross a river. It crosses the river by making an angle of 60 degrees with the bank of the river due to the stream of the river and travels a distance of 600 meters to reach another side of the river. What is the width of the river? Okay, so here we are solving a boat's problem, right? So what is the boat doing? As it is crossing a river, and the stream of the river is there, that is why it is making an angle of 60 degrees with the bank of the river. Okay, and it travels a distance of 600 meters to reach the another side of the river. So we need to find out the width of the river. That's it. We are going to find the width of the river. Right? Yes. Now, here what is happening? Let us imagine the same situation in the form of a figure. What is given here? The boat is making an angle of 60 degrees with the bank of the river. Say suppose there are two banks, okay, and starting from one point of the bank, the river, the boat is making 60 degrees angle with the bank of the river. The distance traveled by the boat is 600 meters, okay, from here to there, right? So we need to find out the width of the river. Width of the river is nothing but the perpendicular distance across the river between the two banks, okay, right? Say suppose here A, B and C, D. Let us imagine, let us consider both of them as their banks, the banks of the river, okay. So the boat is starting at a point R on first bank AB, okay, and it is making an angle of 60 degrees and moved a distance of 600 meters to reach the other point on the other side, or the bank of other bank of the river. Okay, so here if you observe AB and CD are two banks of the river. Let us imagine the boat is starting from the point R on the bank AB, making an angle of 60 degrees. It is given in the problem. Okay, or Q is the distance. Let us suppose Q is one more point on the other side, on the other bank, CD. Okay, so RQ is the distance traveled by the boat. That is also given. What is that? 600 meters. Okay, 600 meters it has traveled. Right. So we need to find out the width of the river. We need to find out the width of the river. Width of the river is nothing but the perpendicular distance between the two banks of the river, we can say. Okay, so we need to find out that only. If you observe, okay, clearly, triangle PQR is a right angle triangle. Okay, so triangle QPR or triangle QPR is right angle triangle, and PQ is the opposite side to angle 60 degrees. Okay, so because of this, where is this 60 degrees? Why did we write this one? This is nothing but the angle made by the boat while traveling at R. Okay, so triangle QPR, where P is again 90 degrees because we are considering the perpendicular distance. Okay, so here PQ is the opposite side to angle 60 degrees. We are talking with respect to the acute angle 60 degrees. So we will use sine function to find the length of PQ. We need to find out this only. Okay, PQ, which is the perpendicular distance between the two banks of the river. Okay, so here we know RQ, we know the angle 60 degrees, but we need to find out the what is that PQ. Okay, so as we know hypotenuse, obviously RQ becomes the hypotenuse for the triangle QPR. Okay, so we know hypotenuse, the length, the value of hypotenuse we know, so we can use simple trigonometric identity sine theta, where theta is angle 60 degrees only. Okay, so we are using the sine. So sine theta is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse, where opposite side is nothing but the width of the river. Okay, and hypotenuse is nothing but the distance traveled by the boat. Okay, these two values we must be clear in these 2 points. Okay, so coming back to the point where theta is 60 degrees, of course sine theta is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse we have written. Okay, so sine 60 is equal to root 3 by 2, and the distance traveled is 600 meters, which is nothing but the hypotenuse. So let us substitute those values here. So sine 60 is equal to width of the river by distance traveled. Okay, so sine 60 value we are substituting here. What is it? Root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2 is equal to width of the river by distance traveled, 600 meters. So just we are transposing the term to find out width of the river. So width of the river is equal to root 3 by 2 into 600. That is nothing but 300 root 3 meters. Okay. Finally, we are able to find out the value of the width of the river. That is nothing but PQ. PQ is nothing but the perpendicular distance between two banks or 2 points, on the either side of the banks. Yes or no? So width of the river is equal to 300 root 3 meters. Right? Now, we know the value of root 3. What is it? Root 3 is equal to 1.732. So let us substituting that value also. Then the width of the river becomes 300 into 1.732. That is approximately 519.6 meters. Okay, so we are able to find out the value of the distance between the two banks of the river by using the sine formula. Okay, it is nothing but 519.6 meters. Okay, after this, after solving this problem, do you want to travel in a boat? Okay, you can, right? Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.